Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaac Hong from SMK Sarian, and the school code was YB8205. Today, I would like to present a full review on this novel, The False Facade, written by Farha Damira. I first found The False Facade while looking for a novel that was both suspenseful and meaningful. The title caught my attention because False Facade suggests hidden truths and hidden appearances behind closed doors, which made me curious about the storyline. After reading the synopsis and seeing positive comments from readers online, I decided to give the novel a try. Surprisingly, the story was much deeper and more emotional than I expected. The False Facade is a gripping and thought provoking novel that explores the dangers of hiding behind a fake identity and the pressure to maintain a perfect image in today's social media driven society. The novel mixes elements of teenage drama, suspense, psychological conflict, and a little bit of light horror, making it more entertaining and meaningful for readers. In modern society, many teenagers feel the need to appear perfect online and to gain popularity, admiration, and validation from others. Social media often leads to people comparing themselves to unrealistic expectations. This novel successfully highlights that such behavior reminds the readers that constantly pretending to be someone else can have real consequences and emotional suffering. I chose this novel because its themes are highly relevant to teenagers today, making many young people struggle for the need of approval, especially through social media. Therefore, this novel is not only enjoyable to read, but also educational and relatable for all readers of all ages. The story follows a teenage girl who is obsessed with presenting a perfect image on social media. At the beginning of the novel, she carefully creates a flawless online persona, portraying herself as happy, confident, successful, and just making other people envy her. But however, behind the real screen, her life is filled with insecurities, loneliness, and emotional struggles. As the story progresses, she becomes increasingly dependent on this false identity. She constantly worries about maintaining her perfect image and gaining approval from others. Gradually, she begins lying more often and distancing herself from genuine relationships. And this just shows how dangerous social media obsession can be when a person values their online persona more than their honesty and self worth. The tension continues to build into the climax of the story, where her fake identity begins to collapse and the truth slowly comes to light. The disturbing events intensify, forcing her to confront the consequences and the actions that may have caused damage behind living a fake facade. The part of the novel is particularly exciting because the emotional conflict and the suspense reach their peak. In the end, she finally accepts her true self and learning authenticity and honesty are far more important than maintaining a fake image. The ending leaves readers with a strong and meaningful lesson about identity, self worth, and genuine happiness. In my opinion, The False Facade is an excellent and meaningful novel because it goes beyond typical teenage story. One of the strongest parts of the novel is that the intense build-up from suspense and tension. The unsettling events reflect the characters' emotional struggles and psychological conflict, making the story feel deeper and more impactful. Another reason I enjoyed this novel is because the themes are realistic and relevant in today's society. Many teenagers feel pressured to look perfect online or fit to get attention. The novel effectively shows how social media obsession can negatively affect a person's emotional well-being, rather than just telling readers that pretending is okay. It lets readers experience the pressure, fear, and bad consequences alongside the character, making the message more powerful and impactful. I also appreciate how the novel emphasizes emotional development. Throughout the story, the readers can see how the main character transforms from someone who's constantly seeking validation to someone who's learning the value of honesty and authenticity. This character development makes the story more meaningful and inspiring. I highly recommend this novel to everyone, especially teenagers, because it reflects real life issues that many young people face today. Us readers can learn valuable lessons about self acceptance, honesty, and moral values, the novel is also really entertaining due to its wide, suspenseful plot and psychological elements. Therefore, it is both enjoyable and educational for any. One of the main morals of the false facade is that honesty and authenticity is better than pretending to be someone else, because that just may bring temporary popularity or attention, but eventually it'll lead to emotional suffering and negative consequences. The novel also reminds readers to appreciate themselves who they truly are. Genuine happiness cannot be achieved through lies or fake appearances. The social media persona should not control a person's identity or self worth. Overall, this encourages us to not uh, hide behind a fake facade. It is amazing, and I believe this novel is worth reading because it's not only entertaining, but it's also inspiring and educational. It leaves us readers with a meaningful lesson that we can apply in our daily lives, making it a memorable and impactful storyline. That's all from me today. Thank you.